Jacqueline. Thanks for your question. To simplify this expression, we're going to use these three rules over here on the right-hand side of the paper. And our goal is always going to be to get rid of negative exponents. We're going to try and do that throughout the problem. So first, let's get rid of the next negative exponents inside the parentheses. We're going to use this rule in the middle, which says that if I have a negative exponent, I flip my fraction and then switch the sign of my exponent. So I flip it and then switch it. I have a negative exponent in this y, so I'm going to put y on the top. I'm going to flip it, and I'm going to switch the negative 2 to a positive 2. So my x squared will stay the same, but on the top I now have y squared, and that is all to the negative 4. Now let's go ahead and get rid of our negative exponents on the outside. We're going to use the same rule. So we're going to flip it. So our x squared, y squared will go on the bottom, and then we're going to switch our negative 4 to a 4. So we end up with 1 over x squared, y squared to the 4th. Flip it and switch it. The next rule we're going to use is, well, it's a combination of the top and bottom rules here, which basically says if we have a product inside parentheses and we have an exponent on the outside, we can just go ahead and distribute that. And we just multiply these exponents together separately. So on the bottom, what I have is 1 over x to the 2 times 4, so x to the 8th, and I'll have y to the 2 times 4, so y to the 8th. Now, since these both have a shared exponent of 8, I'm going to go ahead and use this bottom rule here, but in reverse, which basically says that if I have the same exponent but different bases, I can just pull that exponent to the outside and put those bases inside parentheses. So the final term will look like this. We're going to have 1 over, and then we're going to pull our 8 out and put it on the outside, and our x and y will stay on the inside. And that's your final answer to this problem. Thanks again for sending your question, Jacqueline, and I look forward to answering more of your questions using Snap Math in the future.